I've got to ask you, your first like on-screen sort of proper feud with a big star, and you've only got, as you say, weeks or a couple of months of practice doing this thing, and you're staring face to face with Rick Rude for what was it, the US
Yeah.
title at the time? You must,
Yes.
I mean, you were saying like there's nothing like it, and I don't know how much pressure you felt, especially being with a big star, but being away from Rick Rude, you must have been like, oh god, I'm in the big time already.
Well, not okay. So let's roll with this one. Rick Rude hated my father, and my father hated Rick Rude. And
Good.
and he did not hate Rick Rude the character. He did not hate Rick Rude the wrestler because Rick Rude should be and is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. So his work ethic in the ring was incredible. His personality was Rick Rude. Like Rude. He was just a rude individual, right? He thought he was the best. He knew he's the best, and everyone else kissed his ass. I mean, I don't care who it was. Hogan, Sting, Steiner, no. He was just, everyone was just, peons, right? So here I am. Now my dad is the president of WCW. I've got a freaking agreement with him. I already have so much heat just coming to the first show. The funniest rumor was this. When I was a freshman or sophomore, I can't remember. No, freshman. When I was a freshman at college, somehow my father met a person in which gave him a great deal on my Trans Am, and then gave me a great deal on a trade-in, and gave me an insane price to purchase a Porsche 944 Turbo. So my freshman year, and it was Louisville Cardinal Red, the Porsche was, just so you know, okay? So this is before the NIL deals, right? So I'm there at quarterback in Louisville. I'm driving a red Porsche 944 Turbo, and it is just pimp time. Just life is good. I had so much heat that people were saying that my first year contract was like $1 million that I had negotiated, and that I demanded a signing bonus of a Porsche. And okay. Now, but here's the funny thing about it is, I'm like, these people are so pissed off at who I am. Who in the hell would go to Ted Turner and say, "Hey, I need $1 million, and can you give me like a 4-year-old Porsche as a signing bonus?" I mean, so they didn't even know the year of the Porsche. They were just adding the Porsche into the mix too. They hate me so bad. So you add all of this up, and then you tell Rude freaking he's got to do a freaking angle with me. The Rick Rude, he was not happy. Like Rick Rude was not happy at all. And believe it or not, back then we would tape like 3 or 4 shows. This is before the Raw Wars and the Thunder Wars and the live TV. Everything was pre-recorded. And so I remember that first night that I got there, I found out that I was wrestling Rude. I wasn't wrestling Rude once, 3 times. 3 times that day. I think we were match like 15, 32, and like 64. Like literally. So that's a very long night,
Mm.
right? I mean, that's a lot. And then to have to wrestle a guy that is totally pissed off. He like when he blew snot on my back and he spit on me, and that was shoot, like he was pissed, right? But later on, me and Rude got into it pretty big, and I kind of handled him a little bit. And all of a sudden, all the boys in the locker room said, "Dang, this Watts kid, don't mess with him," type of thing, And that as soon as that day happened in front of everybody, which was a big blow to him, he went from my hating me more than life to becoming one of the best mentors I had in pro wrestling. He would say, "Hey, I'm gonna ask if we can do a few shots," and then in the towns, he would come up to me and say, "Hey, I'm going to watch your match, and afterwards find your way over to the heel locker room." And he would go over my matches and what I could have done better and what I could have, and then every once in a while he'd go up and say, "Hey, can I have a match with Erik?" And he would talk to me the whole time. "Hey, that's good, but less for the audience." He was like, he was gold. But I was very blessed, bro. I mean, Steamboat did the same thing to me. Raven did it over and over. Arn Anderson, Bobby Fulton was like a godsend. So I had all those people. And when I went to WWE, as soon as I went to WWE, Bret Hart and Owen Hart pulled me aside and said, "Hey, Erik, nice to meet you." And I'd never met him, right? But because our fathers knew each other so well, they said, "Hey, you understand that you're pro wrestling. This is in our DNA." I said, "Yeah." They go, "Your problems are our problems. So you come to us if anyone's fucking with you. We'll take care of it." And I was like, ooh. Like at WWE, you're talking about Bret Hart and Owen Hart, right? I never went to him. I always kept shut up no matter what the problems were. Undertaker did the same thing. Now he wasn't generational, but Undertaker, he pulled me and said, "Bro, I got you, da-da-da." So even those guys had seen how much heat I got, and they're like, "We do not understand how you haven't cracked."